morning. Happy early Thursday, December 12th. It is 7 o'clock and I'm about halfway to school. I'm going early because I need to do some more Grinchy things in the classroom to get ready for the Comprehension Breakout, which is a total review of our second quarter ELA skills. So we will be practicing and reviewing context clues and cause and effect and sequencing and a story map, which has the main character, the problem and solution, and how the story flowed. Also, they're going to be talking about characters' feelings, so character traits and character feelings. And then tomorrow is all about the math. So we'll have a Grinchy math review that I made for that. So today's product that I'm using is from Kori, Markussen, and Chelsey, McCowan. So it's True Tales of a Teacher and Making Magic in Seconds. And I got the activities together yesterday, the night before. So this is Thursday. I got them ready Tuesday night. And I actually went through the entire breakout to see how it worked. And I answered the questions. And I wanted to troubleshoot anything that might come up with the kids. Like they might answer a question and not get it right, and then they don't get the right code or whatever sequence of things to be able to find the next box for the activities, because it's a lockbox thing. And so I wanted to make sure that I knew what it was all about. So I did it, and it's so cool. So cool. They did such a great job making it. I'm very impressed. So I've been dabbling in making my own like escape rooms, lockbox things. I've been doing them for math for a little bit now, and I've been doing them mostly with Power Hour, because it's another way for them to practice the math skill that we're working on after we use the iReady lessons, so we can do some more practice of the same skill. And they've been going really well. But I wanted to kind of expand to not just do task cards. I wanted to do like puzzles, and they had to solve things. So it's great for hitting higher level thinking because they have to use their knowledge. So it hits a higher DOK. It's not just recall, it's having to synthesize and use that information to answer a question or to find something. So I'm really liking that. And I'm trying to kind of teach myself how to make those myself. So I've got one for January that's a snowman one. And I've made one for February that's a Valentine themed one. So I'm planning on kind of tweaking them over Christmas break and getting them together, because these are math ones right now, because for me that's easy to do because I know exactly what we're going to be doing in math and exactly when. The ELA, I can do that too. We have a pacing guide for that, so I'm going to be looking at my third quarter skills and working on something for that too. So I'd like to make my own Comprehension Breakout that will use the skills that we're working on for third quarter. So I know we do inferencing, and we're always kind of working on context clues because that helps kids become better readers. All right, I am almost to school. I'm wearing my Grinchy green. I'm gonna be ready when the kids come. We're not gonna do our stuff immediately because we have Power Hour, which is math interventions, if you're not familiar with that. And then we have art. So after art, we're going to be doing our cause and effect lesson and doing a little exit ticket to see how they did on that. And progress reports are due to be sent home tomorrow, so I'll have those ready. And then we'll start on our Grinchy stuff. But I have students that go to a phonics, they get pulled out for a phonics group. So while they're at a phonics group, I'm going to let my 2 students that are not quite at their AR goal read for AR, and the rest of my friends will be just reading out of their vacation boxes, which are their white book boxes where they get to choose just books out of the classroom library that aren't AR books. I mean, I'm sure there are quizzes for a lot of them, but I don't have the quizzes on them, and they're not leveled. They're just by genre, so they can just read for fun. And also, if they need to finish their ELF for the counselor, they can do that if they're done with their AR. So like I said, I only have 2. I want to give them extra time. And also probably the students will be finishing up their iReady minutes, because many of them finished them yesterday. But a few of them need to finish a few more minutes. And if they're done with that, they can do Prodigy or Epic. Because we're not going to have our ketchup and pickles time on Friday. We'll be doing our math review. We have an assembly tomorrow. We're going to do STEM tomorrow. We didn't get to do STEM last week. Something overlapped and I didn't have time to do it, which was disappointing, but that happens sometimes. Because we had our musical, that's why. Yeah, it was for a good reason. We had our Nutcracker musical, I totally forgot. And our grandparents came and visited us right after lunch. That's why we didn't do STEM. I knew there was a reason for it. So we're gonna be doing, it's not the same STEM activity I was gonna do last week, but that's okay. This is going to be the cup building thing, which I think I showed you the Dixie cups I got. I think there are like 300 cups in that box. And they try to build the tallest tree out of the cups that they can in a certain amount of time. And so there's even like a planning sheet for that and everything, which they should have a little more time to plan tomorrow, because actually executing the design will not take a lot of effort because you're just stacking cups. And it's real easy to modify your design by just stacking them in a different way. So I want to form several smaller groups because that works better. We just need to have enough space around the room to do it. I think that'll be really fun. And that'll be our last STEM for 2019, because next Friday is a half day and we won't have STEM. So that'll give me time to prepare STEM for January. Yes. And also, really exciting, I mentioned this a while back, I had spoken with my principal and entertained the possibility of having like a science lab that we could, like a room that we could just set up labs in, and then everybody in that grade level could do the labs with their class, and it was all set up for that thing, and everybody could do the same thing, and it would be cleaned up, and then someone else could use it. So second grade is going to be starting that in January. I already have a slow and fast earth changes lab thought of, and I just need to get the supplies for it. Everybody's excited to do it. And I was gonna use our meeting room, but the meeting room is booked, like solid. So since our preschool is going to be moving to their brand new building that I'm about to pass, you might be able to see it in the background. I asked the principal if it would be possible for us to use one of the vacated preschool rooms, and she said yes, I'm sure we could probably do that, because by the time we're going to do our STEM activity, not our STEM, by the time we're going to do our science lab, sorry, they will be already in session over there, so they'll have to be out of their rooms is the plan. But I can always tweak the date a little bit, since we're not having to book like a school-wide meeting room that a lot of people use. All right, I'm in the parking lot. I'm gonna drag my bin in, and I have a gift I need to get all packaged up for a music teacher and get my Grinchy stuff going. And one of my teammates just pulled up and can get our lock boxes together for the Grinch thing. So it's gonna be a great day, and I'll talk to you later. I probably won't talk to you at lunch, because one of our local churches brings a luncheon for the staff every so often, and today's the day. So I'm gonna eat lunch in the teacher's lounge with my coworkers. So I'll probably catch you at the end of the day. Here are my cool earrings, my hat that changes colors. I have a Grinch bracelet. I have a ring because the Grinch grows his heart 3 sizes, so I thought I'd wear a heart ring. Here are my leggings, my boots. Okay, I don't even know what time it is. I think it's around 5. I wanted to show you real quick that I put Whoville together. So I've got some Whoville houses around. And I'll give you a little closer up of those. All right, so I did have 8 of these garment rack things like this. But when I went to put one together, one of them was missing a piece, so it wouldn't snap together. So I have to return that one. So that's why I made a double-sided house thing there. So just back to back, because I did not feel like running to Walmart again and getting something. I also have these little trivia cards around the room in different places. See, there's one there, and there's one over here. There are 12 of them, and they go with these little booklets to grow the Grinch's heart. So in between, if they're waiting to move, these are math stations, by the way. If they're waiting to move to the next math station, they can go do some trivia cards until that station's open. So they're not just sitting around bored or goofing around or, you know, whatever, getting into mischief like little elves. So that'll give them something to do, and they can earn a little heart candy if they finish all of those. So it's just little questions about the book. So like, what are the 3 possible reasons the Grinch hated Christmas? One of them is, what was the name of the Grinch's dog? And that wasn't the name of Max's dog. What was the name of the Grinch's dog? This one says, what was the food that the Grinch took every last can? What is the name of the town where the Whos live? So if they were listening to the story and they remember things well, they should be able to answer those. So it's not multiple choice. They have to just come up with it. So they have to answer them in their little booklet. I think they'll enjoy that. Most of my students finished the Comprehension Breakout, which is what this is. There are 2 groups. I think 3 finished, 2 need to finish tomorrow. One student in one group was very disheartened and said, but I'm never going to finish. I said, sure you will, but it won't be today. It'll be tomorrow. That's okay. But I don't know how to do this. I said, that's why I'm here. I can help guide you. It's okay. So I think they were frustrated because 3 groups finished and they didn't, but it's okay. I mean, it takes some people a little bit longer to answer questions. That's all right. The goal is to get the answers correct, right? So I think I'm all set. I probably will cover up these desks with something, maybe a black tablecloth. I don't know. I have a whole bunch of them. I could do that. That would be kind of cool, but I don't know. I might just leave them too. I thought about covering them with like wrapping paper. Oh, that would take a while. I thought about getting bulletin board paper like this. That would take a while to tape it all down. So I'll probably honestly just leave it the way it is, because I'm just going to put, yeah, I need to find those. I'm going to put these, yes, indeed, these on them. So I'm just going to probably tape them on, and then they can't be moved. So these are the questions that they're going to answer in their math booklets, and it's all things from chapter 4 Go Math for 2nd grade. So double-digit addition with and without regrouping, and they also learned how to add 3 double digits and 4 double digits. So I do have a question like that, and they're all word problems because we've been using the cube strategy since the beginning of time, and they need to be able to do that. So I expect to see that when they answer their questions. So they should also be labeling their answer. So if the question says something about how many cans of Who hash there were, they should say X number of cans of Who hash or whatever, X number of cans. So they're answering the question. Okay, I'm gonna go because I'm tired and I'm ready to go home. So I'm going to head home, and I'll talk to you in the morning.